todos. So, hello YouTube, hello Spotify. I am Anna, your hostess today. I will guide this conversation. We are going to talk about consent and the absence of no. Is there some difference between this? I am today with Leiane, Katie, Diego, and Bruna. Kate is coming for her first time, so I'm so happy about it. So let's start with the introducing ourselves. Katie, do you want to start? Your name, city, job?
My name is Katie. I am from Rio Grande do Sul, and I am in a career transition to web development.
Really nice. Thanks for coming. And you, Leiane? Leilani, by the way.
Yes. Hello, good morning. I'm Leilani. I'm Zoom from Alagoas, and I've been studying English for 2 years. And I like to participate in this platform for to practice more my conversation skills. And nice to meet you, everyone. It is not my first time here in this platform, but with you, it's my first time. Nice to meet you.
Oh, welcome aboard. I need to be humble, but it's the best meeting of the week. And you, Bru? Please do not disagree.
I won't agree because Anna's meeting was my first one, and like I fell in love with her, you know, when her meetings are really amazing. She's awesome. So my name is Bruna. I live in São Paulo. I work as an English teacher. I've been here on TNT since last year in September, and I started attending the meetings because I felt like I needed to find a place to talk to other people that it wasn't in the classroom. And since then, since my first meeting with Anna, I fell in love and I am addicted to TNT nowadays. That's it.
Yeah, so welcome aboard one more time, Bru. And you, Diego, tell me about you, especially about your job, your hobbies.
Well, my name is Diego. I am from Rio, but I live in Palhoça, Santa Catarina. I have 44 years, and I am an IT manager. So I want to practice English because I need it's time. And this is my first time here. That's it.
Yes, I think the IT and the developers will dominate the TNT.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
This
we
is
have
the
a lot
future.
of this. Yes.
Yeah.
And here is too important because you can, as Katie is in a translation of her career. Yeah, it's so important because you will make a network with a lot of people that are already in this area.
Good.
So,
good.
Monica, tell me about you.
Hello, Anna. My name is Monica. I'm here in TNT since February this year. I am here. I'm a project manager. I am 52 years old. I am here to improve my English and get best opportunity in my career. My desire is guide an international project, and it is the reason that I'm here. And I am addicted to. I think that I learn with Bruna, and it's a special opportunity to be here at TNT and talk with other people and learn and or assist or understand other points of view, not about English but about the life, and that is it.
Yeah. Yes. That is one of my key points that I love about TNT. It's for me, it's not just about the English anymore. It's about the knowledge, the huge knowledge that I learned here. Not just about English. but about the life, to listen other kinds of point of view. So that's the reason I love TNT. And Monica, did you start this year? Are you sure?
Yes, February at this year.
Oh my
I don't
God,
know,
since
bro.
then you are here for a long, long time.
I don't know, bro, but only February when Philip launched the program in talk and talk English falado. I don't know exactly. I don't yes. Since this launch, I think that the launch talking about lançamento, né? Launch this program,
Yeah.
this kind of
Yes.
from yes. I am addicted to because you are a special person. I have the opportunity to make a special connection here.
Yes.
I learn much here since I started.
Yes. Thank you, Monica. Let's start with the first question. What comes to your mind when you listen about the absence of no? Leilani, do you want to start? What is the first insight that comes in your mind?
I think it is means when you don't want that happening and you don't consent. This is happen, yes?
It can be.
I think when you don't want to happening, no matter what, if you don't want this happening or you don't want to do, and you absent of no, in my opinion.
Yeah, we are here to construct a knowledge about this. And you, Katie, what comes in your mind when you listen this phrase? This phrase, the absence of no.
The absence of no related to the sexual consentment or related to anything?
To anything.
Okay, at the first moment, I thought about a meeting, for example, where you ask something like, we can continue, and if no one says no, you can continue, okay? But after you said about sexual consentment, I don't agree with this because depends of the situation and the, how you say, when your body speaks, your body speaks too. Like in a reunion, you can see if people are willing to do it or not. And it's the same with sexual consentment, because I don't think in these cases absence of no is agreement, because it depends of the background of the woman. For example, for me, I would say no, of course, but there are other women who maybe can't be able to say no with her mouth because of their background.
Yeah.
So it depends of the situation, I can't say absolutely it is a yes or it is a no.
Yeah, it's too interesting because in the first example, the absence of no means yes. But in the second example, the absence of no means no. So that's the reason I bring this topic in parts. For you, Bru, what comes in your mind?
Kate said everything I was thinking. But I agree with the girls, Leilani and Kate. I think it's about like when I read the question, the first thing that came to my mind was not being able to say no when you wanted to do that, but you couldn't because you were afraid or because of something that prevented you from doing it, So I think that's it.
Yes. And you, Monica?
It's hard to me talk about it because I think that absent of no, it don't means yes. Okay, I think that everyone have to say yes or no. I can't understand, but I think that when in the other question we can understand better about the subject. But when I only reading or listen the first question, I think that it's important to say yes and they say no, and the absence of no is not yes, not equal yes. Okay.
Yeah. I was thinking about when my leader asked me to make a huge work alone, that I couldn't finish this work on the time, on the deadline, and I said, tudo bem, but it doesn't mean that I could finish. I really could finish this, but I was not able to say no.
Yes, I understand totally what you are saying about it, because when I listen the first question, because now I'm in a cell phone, I understand or I comprehend exactly what you are saying, because sometimes when you didn't say nothing, it's not yes. Sometimes can be something that you have fear of to say, or you have doubts about the subject. You don't know if you really want this thing. You could do really these things. The silence is not yes, but is
I don't want to
a
answer.
Trigger. Yes, do you understand? It's a trigger for me to say, to thinking something about it. Oh my God, she doesn't know. She probably has a problem, and talking about two women, okay, or about me and other person. There is something more that I need to talk about it, to make the things clear, because it's something wrong in this case, not yes. And sometimes people understand that absence of no is yes. It's a mistake.
Yes. And talking about the question number 2 that Monica mentioned, there is a ditado, I don't know how to say this in English, in Portuguese, that says, quem cala consente. Silence gives consent. Do you agree with this? Leilani, let's start with you.
Yes, I agree with you, because I think if you don't want something, if you don't want, or you don't accept, or accept, no matter, you need to give for clarify. You need to express clearly about this, because the other person needs to understand your decision, or what you're thinking about this. And you need to express clearly about if it is yes or not, if you want or not, if you like or not. I think it is so important.
Yes. I agree with you, but I think sometimes, most of the time that you make silence about something, it means that you are not able to manifest what you want. Most of the time it's because you are shy, or you are afraid, or it's some trauma. Most of the time that when someone asks you something and you don't give your opinion, it's not because you don't want, it's because you can't. So I think it's too sensitive, this topic, silence with consent, in every area that we can imagine. But I agree with you that I'm not obligated to guess what is passing in your mind. It's hard for me because when I ask you, did you like the class, and you stay in silence, I cannot guess what is passing in your mind, but I can be sensitive and think, maybe she cannot say her opinion or things like this.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you too. There are many people that is so who is so scared or has a fear to express your feelings, but I think it is so dangerous for the person, and because depends on the situation, you can have a bad consequence.
Yes, I totally agree. And you, Bru? Silence gives.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you. I think talking from my perspective, it's really hard for me to say no. I think we have already talked about it, but I struggle a lot with saying no, and it's not because I don't want to. It's because I don't want to disappoint the other person. You know, mainly not only talking about like sexual relationships, but about anything. You know, I usually use body language to show, and when I don't like, or like I don't want to do something, but most of the time I just stop saying and I just keep quiet, you know, and the other person needs to understand. Like my close friends, like actually there is only one friend who knows that when I don't say anything, then she knows it's something weird happening, you know, but it's only her, you know. So I've been trying to work on it with my therapist, you know, that if we don't say things, people won't guess, and life is about communicating, right? So we need to understand that. But like mainly talking about like sexual relation, I think we have other points like fear. We are afraid of being harassed, you know. So I think it's really complicated. It's deeper than just saying no, you know. It's about our safety.
Yeah. And you, Katie?
I think in our society, this phrase most of the time is not a true, you know. Sometimes it can be true, but most of the time it's not, just because you were saying that there is trauma involved, there is a lot of things to deal, who a person needs to deal to say no for someone sometimes. And I think it's very important what Leilani said too, because we need to work it in us, you know. I need to be able to say no. So especially women, you know, we have much more problem to say no than men, we know it. So we need to work it in us and don't expect the others guess it from, you know. But at the same time, we know that our society is not a health society, so we need to feel the people, you know, if you is able to do it, and to teach other people to do it, like respect the other people. It's very important that you wait the person to say yes, you know, for something. And many times it happened to me too, like I don't know if I want to do it or not, so I will not answer now. I will decide it first, you know. So it's important that the two sides are important. Like I need to respect the time of the other person to say yes or no, and I need to have a conscience that some people can't say no yet. And at the same time, I need to do my part and work, say no in myself, and if possible, to show to other women that they can say no too, you know. I think the two things are important here.
Yes. Yesterday I was watching a series on Netflix. I make some posts on my Instagram talking about how women are different than men related with sex. I will try to remember the statistics. When a man think that they have an orgasm, most of the time, 95% of the time, he's sure that he has an orgasm, and he really had. But when you talk about women, when you ask a woman, did you have an orgasm? And this woman say yes, 50% of the time, she's not sure if she really had. And it's not because she really didn't know. It's not because he is acting as she has. It's because she really don't know. So it's completely different, the way that man works and woman works. So we need to discuss about it, and we need to learn how to say no. Why women are satisfied with this statistics? Why we are accepting this? Most of our relationship, we don't have an orgasm, and we accept this because we don't know how to say no. And some of men, they know how to say no. And I totally agree with you, Kate. We need to learn this. And you, Monica, in your point of view, silence gives consent.
Yes, in my point of view, the dictation that you said before, it's a mito. It's not true. Okay. You are talking about quem cala consente.
Yes.
Yes, it's a mito. It's not true.
Yeah.
Someone created this dictation, and it's not true. The first thing is, I don't know if cut off this mito of our minds. It's not true. Cut off.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's possible, but cut off. Forget this dictation, because almost always we think that it's true, and it's not. And the first thing. The second is, I totally agree with the reasons that you said, Anna, about the reasons of not say nothing. Shy, and you don't have time to digest this subject, and it is more frequently than you can imagine. Or someone there is different persons, and sometimes we need to do like Bruna, to talk with the psychologist about it. It's difficult to develop this, to say this thing, the thing in your life, to say yes or to say no. And when I say nothing, the reason is because I have a different opinion, and I can't say no about something. But I'm not in a safe place to say no. If I decide, or I ask you something, for example, if I was your boss, I have to build a safe place for you to be comfortable to say what you think about something. Because if in a 1% chance of not have the safe place, and you to feel not comfortable to expose what do you think about it, because you have think about some punish about it, you will say nothing.
Yeah.
Yes, because you can be hided, because hide it is something can happen, that you doesn't like, and you only say nothing because you don't want to say yes because you don't agree with the situation, but you can't be afraid of say your opinion about something. And okay, it's common. I think that there is a book, the courage. I don't know if the name of the book is it, but it's The Courage of to Be Imperfect. A Coragem de Ser Imperfeito.
Yeah.
Brené Brown. It's important to read this book because you can't express yourself when you aren't in a safe place.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
I know.
It was the reason that most people don't say no. It's not the and this talking about what are you saying about the interviews with women. I think that the woman not have courage to say no. I don't have. I've never had organs in my life.
Yes.
They don't have. She don't have courage to answer the question, and I think that's not true. These interviews because the woman not have a safe place to answer what they really want to say. Okay.
Even when the women are in a safe place, an example, I am a physiotherapist, and it's one of my questions to my patient, and I judge that they are in a safe place with me in an interview, and it's important for them treatment, but most of the time they don't know how to answer this, and they don't know if they had or know how is it, how to describe this. So
I do understand that it's not a culture. When you are a kid, nobody creates this safe place for you. And you become an adult without learn such things.
Yes.
And you have to learn again. And when you are an adult person, it's difficult to change something. It's difficult to change your mind. I think that
because you grow up like this.
Yes, you start when you are a kid. It's my opinion about it.
Yeah. Thank you, Monica. Let's go to the next question. Does someone here have kids? No? Okay. But
yes, me.
Monica. Monica has
kids. Not kids, but I have already kids. My daughter now, it's this. How old are you?
I am 27.
27. My daughter has 25 years.
Okay.
But I have kids around me, and the friends of my daughter has kids like 4 years, woman and man, and sometimes we talk with the kids man that he need to learn about respect another his friends, his woman friends. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah. Now we will discuss about it.
Yes.
About the question number 3.
Yes, he has 4 years, and every day when we are talking, they repeat, I have to respect my woman colleague in the school.
Yeah.
Mom said this to me.
Yeah, but the question number 3, an example, doesn't mean just about a man respecting a woman, but how we can teach consent to children, because it is related even with men and women. Leilani, how did you learn consent, or how do you think we can teach this?
Yeah, I don't have any children, but I think it's so important the children to learning about the absence of no, and I think it is must happen when the person in your childhood, the first years, I think this is so important, and the parents and the teachers and the adults that who living with the children and need to teaching about this, to talking about this many times, and I think it's so important, especially the children is so vulnerable, uh, especially and foreign, and yeah, out to your family or the supervisor. Yeah, your family. I don't know express about this in English, but for example, when the children is in the school or in another place or in friend's house or in another place, the children need to express and to understand about the how important he needs give clearly answer what he want, yes or not. And I think it's so important. And the schools, for example, I think maybe to give for the students the educational program for to teaching them about this, for to teacher to show them about the consequence, about the results if you don't give it a clearly answer or don't no respond. And yes, that's it.
Yeah, and I think more than just teach about the express the opinion, yes, no, we need to teach kids that they have an opinion and they could disagree and they could say no to something. An example with simple actions, we noted that sometimes mom and dad arrive in a place and say, hey, baby, go there and give a kiss in your grandma, in your grandfather. But maybe this kid doesn't want. And she could say no. So maybe the perfect or the correct way to say this, it's, hey, baby, do you want to go there and give a hug and give a kiss if you want? But if the kids say no, you cannot say that she kids is mal educada. It's a huge kid. It's not, because just this kid doesn't want. So it's interesting to discuss about. And you, Katie, what's your opinion? How we can teach this?
I don't understand anything about children, so but in my ignorance, I would say that the first step here is to teach or just not steal of kids their freedom, it's like teach them to be free and to respect others' freedom, because just someone who is free can respect the others' freedom, I think we can start there, but I don't know how to do it because I really don't understand children.
But you have a good highlight. Just a free person could respect the other's freedom. I really like it. And you, Bru?
Yeah, I agree with you girls. I think it's about teaching them their own limits and like listening to them, as you said, if they don't want to do it, they need to be listened to, they need to be heard, you know, like, okay, if you don't want to, no problem.
Okay, yeah.
And as you said, why is it right for us as adults when we say no, people accept it, but for other people, like, but for children, they need to do what we want, you know? So I think this is really interesting that we really need to listen them, but at the same time teach them what is right or what is wrong, you know, like it's not okay if someone wants to touch you in a sexual way, you know, and teach that they have the control of their own body, you know, and
Yeah.
it's okay if they want to say no, and it's not right. The only person, or like the only people who can touch them are their parents if they are taking shower, or if they are taking care of them, you know, and themselves, you know, you and your parents if they are cleaning you, if they are helping you, you know. So try to show these differences. I think
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. As we don't have a lot of time, I would like to discuss about the question number 6. Recently in Brazil, a woman had sex with a homeless. She confirmed she consented. Now, the family affirms that she has mental issue. Thus, she was in a perfect condition to consent. She had sex, but she did her consent. How is it? What do you think, Leilani? Let's discuss this.
This specific situation for me, it's so hard to
Did you listen
express.
about this?
Yes. I hear and I watch about this on the internet, and it's so many people talking about this because it is not common. It is a little stranger, but I think this specific situation is so hard to comment, to talk about this, because if someone has a mental insurance, I think it maybe the person don't I don't know, don't is able maybe to decide about your life or no, because this person don't know about what happening, or what he or she stay here, or who is the person, the other person. And I think it's so a little hard to answer this question. But if the person don't has a mental insurance, it is a little hard to express about your desires.
Yes. And you, Bru?
Totally agree. I think it's complicated for sure. She wasn't in a perfect condition to consent, and I didn't like the way it was broadcast on media. You know, I think I was reading that some health professionals saying that it was clear that at the time she was having a crisis, and if the guy had more care, you know, if they had been careful, he would have realized that she wasn't okay, and he wouldn't have done it. So I think it's complicated case, and I don't think she was in perfect condition to consent. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And you, Katie?
I can't answer these questions because I don't know the case, I don't know the history, and I don't know the people who were involved in it. So it will be irresponsible of me to give an opinion about it, you know. I just can say, even because I don't know if the media is using truth in the history. I don't know if the family is being truth with the history, so I don't know nothing, you know. So I can say.
Yeah, I think you gave the perfect answer for this question. If you don't know, if you didn't listen about this deal, you will not give any opinion. So it's really important to be conscient about it. Welcome back, guys. Welcome. I think it's the first time that I see Bianca's camera on. No. I see the last meeting. Yeah, I'm sorry. Guys, how was this conversation? Did you like this hard topic? Anna, tell me about you. What did you think?
Okay, it's so hard to talk about consent because we are woman, and it's so hard to think about consent, sex consent, because we have to take care every time, everywhere, and yeah, and we have kids when we were kids. It's so hard to, I think.
Yeah, it's a sensitive topic, as every topic that I bring here on Friday 9 a.m. It's a